good. Hey, Arthur Bones. Just taking care of one thing really quickly. You're not the only one that has had things in the background that have been messing up my stream. We just started the night with like 100,000 bugs that all happen at the same time. I can't tell you all about them. I'll see you in a few minutes. See if this works now. Well, that's my regular track. Oh, that's so strange. All right. What's up? Where's my game? Nothing's working today. There's my game. That's not a game. Where's my game? Hey, Iconic. There's my game. Ah! Okay. Hey, sorry, I said it would be a chill stream, so I shouldn't start by screaming. So I think I did the same thing Arthur did. I had my Twitch page open because I had wanted to look up what my normal name for these streams was. And then I left it in the background, like tabbed out and minimized. And so I'm trying to get my stream started, and like everything was backwards. The camera was on when it was supposed to be off. I was in the wrong scene. And then when I started to play music, I was I was getting like drum solos because it was playing in the tab as well, and I have like the zero latency stream thing, so it hits the tab immediately. So every time I start the music, it plays a drum solo because it's like rapid fire repeating the start of the song, and then it's rapid fire repeating it playing twice, and then 4 times, and then 6 times because it's playing out of the stream as well. So Every time I hit the music button, it was just a complete disaster. And then I realized the camera was on. And then I realized that when I spoke into the camera to say I'll be with you in just a moment, that the mic was off. So I was just kind of like... So, you know, everything's broken today. I'll tell you what else is broken. Well, that's how I'm doing, Iconic. I went looking for food right before the stream was gonna start, and I went to like 2 different places, and they were both closed, and decided to close early. Hey, Zuffins. And then I kind of ran out of inspiration, so I have not, in fact, squared away food. So in lieu of having food, I have popcorn, and I have beer. So, we might do coffee later. I know usually I do coffee streams. I also know that it says sweatshirt stream and I'm not wearing the sweatshirt. Everything's broken. But we'll get to coffee later. We're gonna start with beer. How's your nights going? Oh my God. I am drinking Lindemann's Lambic Framboise. The alcohol content is practically 0, but it's really delicious. I like it. New books. Nice, what'd you got? Let's jump into the game. I don't remember what we're up to. I'm gonna be honest. I know, like, I only took 1 week off. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I have a lot of work I still need to get done this weekend. So this might not be the longest stream in the world. I know we usually do 4 to 5 hours. This might be like 3.5. We'll see. Hey, Burnertown. Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you guys are all here. I was worried. I took a week off. I was worried no one would show up. I'm glad that you all showed up. I will not keep you waiting. We will dive in and see. If you're watching and you're stalking and you're a voice actor in the game, or you're Devin Mack or you're Chris Neozzi, you're welcome to hop on and chat with me. With that said, we'll remember how to play the game. I've not touched it since the last time that we played, and I don't remember where we left off. I think we had left off like right at the very end of the second regional tournament, right? Where Zeto won and we didn't. And I think we just left it at that, right? We had to console Stephanie, and then we all logged off, and then I logged off. Second volume of a manga I bought forever ago, and a Twisted Tales version of Tangled. Nice. What is Twisted Tales? Is that like a Grimm Fairy Tales type of thing? Oh my God. This is good. So we're on like 4chan for video game hackers, debuggers.org. I'm way late adding this, but sorry. I'm way late, but adding to this. Wait a minute, what order are we going in? Yeah. I'm way late adding to this. I'm way late, but adding to this. Oh no! Let's try this whole thing again. I'm way late, but adding to this because I'm proud of it. I found out how to change the element of your regular strike attack too. You're too slow. Yeah, I figured this out on my own already. It takes up a turn to use, but it basically renders the need for those power-ups that give you a specific element for your strike attack useless. So the guy who talked about swapping values for attack and defense stats, I found one that's a little more complicated. When you're blocking attacks, it splits the damage in half, but you can actually increase the percentage even more. I made sure to only go for like another 25%, so it wouldn't be super noticeable though. So I have a hack that increases the value of my block. That's kind of cool. I wonder if that applies to the block. It probably does apply to the block for my healing spell, right? All right, it's a new day and checking in again. Hey, pal. So this is our friend, you-know-who, Tiger Lily. Yeesh, what a letdown that last competition was, huh? Well, no use in pouting. I'm already getting a head start on the next regional events objective, though I kind of envy you. I may be flying solo, but I almost wish I had a team as big as the one you're on right about now. Certainly would make things easier. Anyway, I'm gonna be pretty busy, but I'll let you know if I see anything suspicious. Feel free to reach out if you want. Have a good one. Finna dip. I like that. Rise and shine, Dandy Alliance. We got another cutscene to check out for the original event to trigger. But before that, apparently there's some kind of special thing happening in Zen Hub too. Feel free to check it out. But after that, meet at Teluria City, Gold Hatton Unity Square near the entrance to Platinia Skyscraper. See you all there. Nice. We're going to a new zone. I'm very excited about this. You got it. Okay, and is this? Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. Hey, universe. Yeah. This week's been a doozy for me as well. We're doing a short stream tonight, so thanks for stopping by and saying hi. I hope you have a good night. Hang in there.
The current time is...
I see Alpha up there, so we're going to avoid that for a second.
Today is Monday, June 15th.
Is there like a dog bark in the background of that?
Today is Monday, June 15th.
What the hell is that?
Today is Monday, June 15th.
You guys hear that? Like a dog barking or like a pan dropped or something? And Monday gets cut out. That's interesting. I want to hear it one more time.
Today is Monday, June
Oh, that's so
15th.
fascinating.
To the north is Teluria City. To the east is Orange Island. To the south is Morganite Valley. And finally, to the west is Edotis Woods. While standing on a telepillar, enter the location you wish to travel to, and the web of light shall whisk you there. This is Zen Hub, the very center of Tome, an entry point for all visiting warriors. From here, you may use the 4 telepillars located around this balance center to travel to each of the terrain's 4 regions via the web of light.
I'm noticing there's like no one anywhere. So I guess the only people to talk to is the guild. Oh, okay, no, there's a lot of people here.
Yo, Hattie!
What are you doing here?
Stephanie said something was going on around this area today, so I figured I'd see what's up.
We're gonna get a visit from exec.
Oh, well, that'd do it.
What? Oh!
Greetings. It's been quite some time since I descended to the terrain below. I hope you're all doing well. It appears the campaign of champions is going excellently. I've been very impressed by your efforts. My fellow Net Kings have done well to find courageous individuals and guilds with strong ties of friendship, even under the mysterious circumstances they've fallen under. You have persevered against staggering odds and saved them from many dangers. Thus far, a small group of 3 and a single warrior have proven to be the most outstanding in these trying times. However, in the coming days, I fear there will be far greater challenges. Perhaps it will take more than just a few hands to seize the day and bring triumph. It's been many centuries since my followers and I crafted this land from the splintered terrain in the wake of the Great Conquering. Much like that historic event, a single act might just change everything. Always be prepared. Regardless, I merely wish to send goodwill to you all and provide even the slightest amount of hope within each of you. Continue your valiant efforts. I shall be watching, always.
Ah, that's fun. Loving the music too.
Man, it's funny. Curb's got me second-guessing on if that was a real person, or if it was just another NPC spouting a pre-recorded message. Huh.
I was hiding something.
I wonder if it was meant to be the developer themselves, or just their avatar.
Yeah, see, I remember that the Net Kings are all based on the game's creators, but I keep forgetting if it's actually them or just characters. Feels easy to get lost in this world when you spend so much time in it. You feel like you're living in it. Still, pretty inspiring, right? Let's hope the ones seizing the day will be us this time, huh?
Oh, I hope so, Alpha.
Race ya!
What? Oh, shut up. Shut up, Alejandro. Also, no one else is entering the zone. Why y'all just standing around, guys? I'm such a sucker for good music. Kind of reminds me, I don't know if you've ever done like in-game events in multiplayer games. Probably the most recent one I did was the event like right before the start of Beyond Light in Destiny 2. And they had this whole event where like all the players were gathered up on the cliff sides or the sides of the buildings in the tower to watch the event play out. And so it's always fun when all the players gather and kind of are standing around waiting and jumping and running in circles waiting for like the programmed event to start. Oh, I'm gonna love this zone. This is gonna be a great zone. Oh, we're grooving for this one. Yeah, we're grooving for this zone. Look at the I-beams down below. Loving the I-beams. And is this like, I guess the grass, where it kind of feels like we're walking around in hay, doesn't it? Hey, buddy.
Even artificials have expiration dates, and all good machines receive proper burials, just like all other carbon-based life forms.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Oh, these things have a big collision box. Oh, that's so bizarre. A lot of collision here for some reason. EXE, the execs city.
Welcome to beautiful downtown Gulhattan Unity Square, the central hub of Tolaria City.
Okay.
We hard-working artificials provide technology and perform construction for the betterment of all inhabitants within the 4 regions of Tome. You're welcome.
Thank you. Wait a minute. So I don't know what that's supposed to be, other than maybe a clock. Is this a vacuum? And is this a blender? And this is like a cash register? Or like a news box?
Extra, extra, read all about it. Vice President Bincho rises to the top of Platinia skyscraper while President Exec is on sick leave. New currency instated for the people of Tolaria City.
Hey, bud. Could you spare a Bincho buck? For the record, I live in one of these houses. I just really, really want more Bincho bucks.
And a toaster?
Dojo Master Jet is one of President Exec's coolest creations. He was inspired by the fierceness of Tome's many monsters and built to teach all of us how to defend ourselves. You could learn a thing or two from him.
All right. I can check out the dojo.
This is the Tellurius City Martial Arts Dojo, Runt. Don't take that the wrong way. That's what I call everybody who loses to me. Jet, you're welcome to try and prove me wrong.
So I don't really use the ability I got at the last zone. I spent like an hour with Devin Mack on stream trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I decided to go with the debuff, and I like never use it. I should have got the flower one. So I'm curious what this guy has, and if I'm also gonna mess up. We'll see.
Fine by me. I'll let you take a taste of my list of special techniques for this battle, so you can figure out which one you want to have for yourself. That is, if you can beat me.
I'll probably beat you. All right, what do we have? What is it? Magical slots. Test your luck, earn bonus netty, damage your target, heal yourself, or ... Probably damage yourself, let's see. Oh. That was almost as easy as Toad's house in Super Mario 3. Do I just get to choose what I want it to do? What if it's the skull? Hey! 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 All right, I don't like that spell. I don't like that spell. We're not gonna use that spell. I refute that spell. Monarch's Miracle. Rapidly tap the magic button to fill up the meter to heal your party and cure them of status ailments. Failing to do so will cause will cause recoil damage. Do these all have a downside? What does this do? So I already have a heal. Let's just, I don't remember what I heal for, but it seems that's very easy to do, by the way. Like I have to spam the hell out of some of the other ones. That's very easy. And that's probably because if I mess it up. Why are all these spells rude? So I already have an AoE heal that puts people into defensive, and I've been working on getting people, you know how I've been working on getting people immune to all the status effects? So that feels useless to me. What does this do? Tap the magical button while the marker is in the red zone 3 times successfully to damage, debuff, and cause a random status ailment to a single enemy. Shit! Oh, that's kind of cool. This gets smaller every time, though. I was probably being a little impatient. Let's try doing it the safe way. It's always safer to do it on the return. No! Hey, Blue Fire. Can I get this once? Am I just bad? Okay. That seems too easy to fail at. It can be too easy to mess that up. The burb, we'll get there. In case I didn't make it back, just want to let you know I'm glad I stopped by. Well, thank you for hanging out with me. Yeah. I hope you stick around. Why did I make popcorn? Now I'm dealing with popcorn in my teeth. Hold the magic button and release when the bar is full to grant an ally an immediate extra turn. I can't test it. See, that's kind of cool, because that means that if one of them had a particularly powerful ability that the enemies were weak to, I could give them another round. That could be kind of neat. Or we could do like double team attacks. I don't mind that. What is this? Press the 5 buttons shown on the screen within the time limit to greatly increase your chosen ally's dominant statistic in battle. Oh, that's very cool. Oh, no problem, Burnertown. And finally, Summon Centauri. Tap left and attack button. Tap left and attack button to keep the markers within the red zones. Cast again and... Oh my god. Wait, what? Oh, wait, okay. Oh no. Oh no! Bruno, I'm not sure if I have a favorite Pokemon. I've always thought that Mewtwo looked really cool, but I never played the game, so I can't really say that from a place of knowledge. Okay, cast it again and what? 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 Wait, oh, but she goes away. Wait a minute. I gotta look at those numbers. That's a long time. 10 damage. All right, now let's see if I strategize. All right, so what I could do... That's so funny. Oh, this is obnoxious to do. So we have 1. 2. It's just 3 hits, right? I'm just double checking. It is, okay. So if I do... One. 2. And then I cast it. And it hits for 15. That is so dumb. I don't know if we need the extra. Well, wait a minute. Does that extra hit everything? Is the second one an AoE? Because the letters fan out. So I'm curious if that hits every target. Because that could be useful. It is very kawaii. Oh, this is obnoxious. Ah! That's a single target. Yeah, look at that. That'll hit every target. I think I might get that. So we're upgrading from the roach, guys. I think we're gonna upgrade from the roach. It feels weird to just replace the ability. Like now I wanna go back. I wish there was a way to go back and refight or pay more to switch abilities. Because then I would go back and I would give myself like the top spin. And then I'd probably go to the last zone and switch out my debuff for the flower ability. And then I would come get this. So we kinda, that's like the one thing that's missing is the ability to go back and grab other abilities. Especially if two of them are gonna give you a companion. Ah, that's fun. Let's fight this guy and get this. I want that. That's a great ability.
Hope you're ready to break a sweat today, Runt. All right
So
then,
funny.
Runt. Let's just see what you can do.
I gotta tell you, the top spin, as much as I didn't like the way it looked, it does a lot of damage, and I kinda regret not grabbing it. Hey, this was the theme from the trailers. Oh, this is great. All right, Roach, it's your final battle, friend Roach. I fucked it up. Ah, friend Roach. I forgot it was up, I did left. I like this theme a lot. All right, let's do this the right way this time. It is much easier to summon the cockroach. I love that I'm basically playing a pet class in this game. Can I hack you? No. Can I? Let's try this out. Ooh, that's not bad. Let's also hack him with input lag. I'm just cheating. We're just cheating now. Oh, wow.
Wow! Didn't expect that level of skill from you. Well then.
You did well, friend
I guess
Roach.
it's time I taught you that new special technique, huh? Whichever one you like the most, I'll make it happen.
The only other one that's interesting to me is Queen's Decree. Yeah, I wish I'd taken that. I wish I could go back and get that. Chris, that needs to be a patch. Reskilling your trainers. Like, go back, have another fight, have it cost a lot more. Yeah, we're gonna do Summon Centauri. It has to be.
It's all yours, Runt. Hope you don't mind if I keep calling you that. I also call everyone who defeats me Runt. It's an old habit.
Friend Roach, you will be missed. Hey, it's a lamp. Oh, okay. Hey. Hey. Hi, it's me. Look at you. You're very handsome, Gamesoft. Has anyone ever told you that? It's very funny to go running down the street and get greeted by myself.
Did you guys see Webmaster's speech?
Yeah. Alpha already told us how you two were slacking off before you got here. Hey!
Didn't have time, unfortunately. How was it?
What were you doing? She's already grinding, isn't she?
'Twas glorious indeed! This knight sneakily stayed behind to bear witness before joining the Alliance this day. The godly webmaster making a public appearance is a sight to behold in and of itself, but their words of confidence instill much hope for the future.
They're based on the creator of Tome, right?
Supposedly, yeah. The head of the game's development is actually a big mystery. There have been rumors, but only a small handful of people who work at NetKing Software actually know them. It's like deep lore about the people who created the deep lore.
Oh no.
My brain.
Yes, me too.
All right, now that we got everybody, let's get up to speed. Follow me.
My brain. Oh, wow.
Is this thing on? Oh, lovely. Why, hello, ladies and gentlemen, robots, androids, and cyborgs of all versions inhabiting Telluria City. It's me, your humble and helpful Vice President Bincho. As some of you may or may not know, our beloved President Exec has fallen gravely ill to a mysterious disease of unknown origin. Our finest medical mechanics are working day and night to repair what ailed him so. But, in the meantime, I shall be in charge of our precious city during President Exec's absence. Oh, how exciting! Now, my first order of business on this lovely first day under my leadership is a change of currency. I hereby decree that usage of netty will no longer be permitted within the city walls. From this day forward, we shall be returning to the trading of cold, hard steel. Pincho bucks! Little coins with my face on them. Isn't it wonderful?
Then why are they bucks?
In tandem with this glorious return to form, I'd also like to cordially announce a very special entrepreneurial press conference happening in just 6 short days from now. All up-and-coming investors are welcome to attend. That is, if you are of the upper echelon. Any and all attending organizations or individuals must be in possession of at least 1 million Bincho bucks to be granted access to the press conference being held here in Platinia's skyscraper. I trust that anyone interested in being part of this new era I'm ushering in will work hard and fast to obtain the necessary funds in that time. Best of luck to you all, and it's been a pleasure.
I wonder if he's evil.
Curb.
Boy, golly gosh and gee willikers. I hope the president doesn't die from being too sick or from being too kidnapped.
I love this game so much.
Yeah, so you get the gist. If we want to get into that event, which I can only assume involves a rescue mission of some kind, we need to raise 1 million BB pronto. I went over some info early this morning, and thankfully there's tons of ways to earn them.
Okay.
Virtually every mission in the city can get you some, but battles against other players and enemies don't. They only earn you netty, which is still important, but can't be exchanged for Bincho bucks.
I stopped by the shop earlier out of curiosity, and even they're only accepting the new currency. But I imagine we shouldn't be spending any of it there, right?
Definitely not. That's all just a trap to eat up your time and effort. In fact, the merchant where you can still spend netty for the same usual items is actually standing right next to the real shop, so just make sure to go there instead.
Excellent! Now, how shall we begin our profitable efforts, Guildmaster?
Plenty of options. Basically, any menial task you do around town can earn you BB, but there's a few in particular that can really make you a ton, if you know where to look. To start with, the Gold Hatton Casino has plenty of minigames you can rack them up in. There's also 2 new special battle systems they introduced as part of the campaign that completing missions with will earn you a lot for.
Okay.
I read there's a track on Silva Isle where you can try racing battles, and some mysterious dude in Illumin's Alley that you can challenge to a rhythm battle. I'd go and check those out anytime over the next few days.
I want to do the rhythm battle.
Right, so when we register, will one person need to have all the bucks collected together for it to be accepted?
I think so, yeah. So maybe we should have like a check-in every day and assemble it all to meet so we can register right away when we've got enough.
Hey, actually, got a suggestion to that.
Shoot.
Bang.
Ow, you shot me. How could you?
Easily. Also, I think you should take a day off this week to visit your sister. And by that, I mean an entire day off. I know you like to keep tabs on everything as much as possible, but we also don't want you to be stressed out into oblivion.
I agree with this logic.
I'm fine. It's totally okay. You guys don't need to worry about me.
Yeah, but we worryin'.
No, seriously, I can hear it in your voice how exhausted you are. You're working your everything off, and that's awesome, but you need a break. Please, just do us all, and mostly yourself, a favor and grab a full day of rest, okay?
I tell them no.
Aw.
Nay, Guildmaster. Squire Kabotha is indeed correct. I, Nylock, Master of Holding to Healthy Habits,
Yeah, I don't know about that, Nylock.
insist that ye rest thine mind, body, and spirit in order to properly lead the Dandy Alliance to victory.
What he said. And hey, I was treasurer for my school one time. I can handle that job, so it's one less thing for you to worry about.
Treasurer in the 6th grade.
I'm just trying to help, man! Back me up! Look, I'll stay in that casino level and just play minigames every day to rack up stuff in the less fun but efficient way. And the rest of you guys can go do the more interesting stuff this week.
We're gonna run into Alpha later and he's gonna be a wreck.
You can all just stop by and drop off any major chunks of BB you earned to me anytime you want. What do you say?
Okay, you guys win. Alphonse, I'll appoint you as treasurer for the Alliance this week. Just don't become a gambling addict.
He's gonna become a gambling addict.
No promises, other than keeping the money safe. That I can promise.
But I'm still gonna have my laptop on me during that day off, just in case. If any of you guys want to earn some netty on the side at the arena, feel free to hit me up.
All right. Shall we split up and start raking in the dough, or what?
Yeah, let's do that. Everybody check back together in, say, 4 days. I'll reach out with a meeting spot when that time comes.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna log out real quick and check my email. You guys can drop me a message when you've got some missions you want me to join for.
Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna do this. This sounds way more freeform than the previous chapters. So I wonder if you're gonna have the option of logging out whenever you want, or if maybe every day there's different activities we decide to do. You know, like I guess it could just structure it the same way as previous chapters, but this one definitely sounds like it's gonna be more laissez-faire.
Will do. Dandy Alliance, break!
I think I'm replacing my meal with popcorn. Hello. I'm at the casino. Hey, just a reminder, I'll be at the Gold Hatton Casino for the most. Hey, just as a reminder, I'll be at the Gold Hatton Casino for most of the week until we hit 1 million Bincho bucks. If you earn a decent amount, drop by your trusted treasurer for safekeeping. Also, wouldn't mind splitting minigame duties with anyone that wants to stay a while. At Illumin's Alley Sector 2, there's this rhythm battle thing I'm curious about. I'd rather take a couple of members with me instead of checking it out alone. No rush, but let me know if anyone's interested. Very personalized, and then the very formal mission with Gamesoft. I love that. I'm at the casino. Any help? And mission with Gamesoft. Oh, it's Curb. Interesting. I thought it was going to be me. Yo, so I want to do a couple of things. One, with a newbie in our midst, I figured a responsible guild member, such as myself, ought to try and help Gamesoft feel a little more welcome. You should come along too, since I know I'm just so intimidating to be around solo. The more the merrier. Two, when Steph mentioned the racing battle over in Silva Isle, Sector W, I realized it's probably the same kind of thing as the minecart ride back in Morganite Valley. I'm gonna give that another shot, knowing I've already tried it once. If you're up for joining, hit me up when you can. What are we doing? Do we wanna go to the casino? Do we want a mission with a Gamesoft? Or do we want to check out the rhythm battle? I'm kind of partial for the rhythm battle, but I'm flexible. What do you guys think? Could be. A Curb and Softy team attack could be kind of fun. Other than wanting to see Kerr and Softy immediately. Tempted to rhythm battle. You know what? Let's do mission with Gamesoft and we'll see how it goes. I'm down. Let's go check it out.
Today is Monday, June 15th.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, I love this one. That's really cool.
I'm so happy! I just found out my girlfriend's gonna get to keep her job!
You are way too excited, but I love that your eyes are little power symbols.
Hell yeah! It's a happy Pride Month after all.
Congratulations! Take care!
That's cool. I love this guy's like sap coming out of a trunk of a tree. That's really neat. Love your design. So cool. You're like a strange, like crossplay version of Snow Whitey. I think it's the jacket. Love the hair though. And the, is that black? Just like solid black glowing eyes. I guess to be fair, a lot of the eyes are just solid colors. Still. Little bean. That's fascinating. Just a dude. Oh, I like the dimensions. A lot of very similar dimensions on the humanoids, and I like that he's stockier. I think that's really cool.
Have any of you guys been to the racetrack on Silva Isle?
I haven't, but a friend of mine did. He told me about that racing battle minigame. The way he described it, it sounded like the minecart ride from Moonstone Mines, but even tougher.
Personally, I'm more interested in that rhythm battle thing over in Illumin's Alley.
Of course you are. Oh, that's fun. Hey guys, I like to approach from the bottom so I can actually see all of them.
Heading to a place in Telluria City today. Any monsters I should be on the lookout for?
The cyber roaches sometimes get joined by these little creepy TV-headed guys called Happy Hollow. They can attack, defend, and summon other enemies.
Worse than that are the bangarangers. Like when they begin their countdown, in 3 turns they'll explode and do major damage to your whole party.
Nice accent.
Yeah, you gotta take out those guys super fast. Right after they begin their countdown, they boost their defense. Don't hold back.
Gotcha. Thanks a lot. What do you guys think of this Vice President Bincho character?
I think it's pretty obvious he's gonna be the bad guy of this week's regional event. Wouldn't be surprised if he's the final boss.
Yeah, even before the campaign happened, he was always written to be a kind of conniving usurper type of guy. But I'm curious as to how they utilize President Exec for this story too.
Very cool. Ooh, I like the many-toothed mouth coming out of the side of the skull of this guy's, of this character's head. Very cool. We're gonna groove all through this chapter. All right, where are ya? I wonder if they're gonna not let me talk to that lamp again. I'm gonna try to sneak in and talk to that lamp. Okay, there's no one there anyway. Cool.
Oh, ever since the change in currency, I can't afford everything I need from the shop. I wish there was some place in town that still accepted Netty. Don't tell Vice President Bincho I said that.
Okay. Hey, buddy.
Greetings, traveler. Interested in any of my wares? Ah, you wish to purchase these?
Cool. A decent power-up for a specific slot. We did not really have to, we had to use a couple lunch boxes, but I don't think we really had to do any rezzing, did we? I feel like we mostly had the last regional event fight kind of down pat. Let's buy 1 or 2 of these though.
A fine choice. Thank you. Lovely. I'll be seeing you again.
Hello, welcome to the shop. We are currently only accepting payment in Bincho. Goodbye.
I'm sorry?
Hello, welcome to the goodbye. Hello, goodbye. Hello, goodbye.
Okay. I guess it's because I don't have any Bincho bucks yet. That guy is rude. I don't like that shop. Mm-mm. The arena. I don't remember if there are any cubes in the city, but whenever I see big lines of sight like this, I kind of want to check the backs in case we have any secret items. That's interesting that we can go right to the arena. In the past couple of chapters, we haven't been able to do the arena until like the day right before. Yeah, kind of wondering if that's going to be a thing too, or if, you know, we're just not going to end up spending them. Like if it'll just never let us spend money there. What? Okay, no one's doing it. We can make one. We can make a team attack. Oh no! What do we want to make? Flame Girl and Gamesoft grant each ally a firewall, which heals them each round, and will burn the first enemy that comes close. So that's a new AoE heal. Miracle Cure. Herbifer and Gamesoft team up to restore an ally to full health. If the ally is unconscious, they'll be revived, otherwise they'll receive a boost to all stats. Nylock and Gamesoft shield all allies with ice walls. Each wall protects its owner from 2 non-wave attacks. Wait. Whoop. Sorry, dropped something. So I assume a wave attack is like an AoE, something that hits everyone, right? So that makes it so the entire team is immune to the next 2 targeted attacks. Like each one of them is immune to 2 targeted attacks. That sounds really cool. And finally, greatly boost the party's physical and magical defenses. I don't mind the idea of having a big group AoE as well. What was the one that I had with these two? Was this offense? So Wonder Warcry is basically a buff to all of our offense, and Athena Shield is a buff to all of our defense. I don't know. What you think? I'm not super enthusiastic about the revive. I like the AoE heal. That seems very useful. Especially because, to be honest, I feel like I don't have a lot of use for these two. Outside of my CC. It's horrible to say I don't have a lot of use for Gamesoft, but I feel like Gamesoft's biggest advantage is being able to turn people into flowers. And outside of that, I feel like I don't have a lot that I can do. And in general, I'm not super enthusiastic about Stephanie's abilities at all. Like, I think my favorite characters to use are probably Nylock and Alpha, are probably the most versatile characters I feel like I have. And I like that Curb has a Resurrect. So giving the 2 of them the ability to use their turns to do a massive AoE shield, AoE heal with a shield seems pretty useful. But the big ice wall shield also seems useful. I'm gonna save this one. And it's because of player knowledge. You'll understand why later. We're not gonna do Blue Screen of Death just yet. So I think I'm gonna do Perfect Firewall. How's that sound? And we'll work our way down. Sorry, I'm like eating and chewing through this entire stream. I apologize. Hey, Reggie, what's happening?
Steph, Softy, I want you two to have this Orb of Unity.
Yay! What should we make then?
Okay, it's a little cheesy, but I had an idea. My fire spells crossed with your computer programming kind of theme equals...
A firewall! That's punny, I love it!
Whew! Okay, good. I was worried you were gonna roll your eyes into oblivion.
I mean, I am, but I also love it. So would it be like a big defensive wall?
Not in the way you might think. We'll set up some dark flames in front of our whole party, and anyone who steps on them will get cursed.
Oh, Could they be like your campfire move and the flames could heal them on each turn?
Even better! Our whole side of the field will be a safe haven.
I love these eyes.
So it's like a good offense that makes a good defense.
Sounds like the way I used to play soccer.
Nice. All right, I'm excited. Very cool. Hey, we got our first softy team attack. Very excited about that. All right, let's go find Curb. You over here, Curb? Where you at?
Do you and your friends have the 3 necessary components?
Welcome, Warrior of Tome. Are you here to register you and your guild for the Campaign of Champions 3rd regional event?
I don't know why I rolled my R on that.
3rd regional events.
Not yet, but soon.
I always like when he does the pause for the number, because he's kind of got that AI thing going on, so he'll be like, you know, it's like there could have been a number of different options, like,
Please return with your 3 orbs of unity.
Okay, so we can't go. Okay, so this is like the castle.
New technology is being developed within this building every day. More brilliant inventions from the minds of President Exec's finest engineers will allow for a brighter future. This is Platinia Skyscraper, stronghold of President Exec, currently being overseen by Vice President Bincho. If you do not have an appointment, please leave the premises. Thank you.
This makes sense as to why we all gathered here to watch the video. I didn't realize this was the castle. This is like the castle of this zone. Very cool. Okay, so I guess we can't do anything here. Okay.
Yo.
Yo! No softy yet?
No softy yet?
Nah, but she should be coming along soon.
I bet she appreciates you asking her to hang out. My time is precious, but for you, I'll make this sacrifice.
My time is precious, but for you, I'll make this sacrifice.
Oh, I'm so grateful. I knew asking you to join would be simply a brilliant idea. Seriously, I'm glad you came, though. Figured this was the least I could do after that whole fiasco. Gotta show I'm a team player and that I'm willing to make new friends.
Oh no, Curb.
Still, hope I don't screw this up.
Oh, Curb, you're gonna be fine.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, you made it. How's it going?
Not bad. A little tired.
Same here. I've barely slept this week, but, you know, it's our duty and all.
So, what's the mission?
Right, so that little racing minigame Steph was talking about? There's a racetrack at the end of the sector that should be where it is. And if we can band together and conquer it, we'll be rolling in fat stacks of BB in no time.
Okay, should we get going then?
Yes, we should. Let's going.
Let's going?
You heard me.
Turbo booster and combat disc? Combat disc technique? Oh, tell me I get a Destructo disc. We're gonna use it right meow. Oh, this remix is wild. All right, what do we got? Turbo Booster raises the target's attack power. Tap the button just before lightning strikes. Before the lightning bolt strikes to also temporarily raise the target's defense power. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that. What? I do not know what I just did. Oh, we've got to do this. That's so long. Oh, combat disc. Tap the magic button right before the discus makes impact to cause a devastating critical hit. It is a destructo disc, but I totally messed it up because I was looking at the disc, not the interface. I was watching to see when the disc hit. All right, let's try Turbo Booster again. Tap the magic button just before the lightning bolt strikes. So this is another one of those like, okay. I think that did it. All right, let's get some mana. Oh, that's hard. Oh no. Oh, we're off to a terrible start. Let's do the trick. Okay, fair. I'm sorry, what? And I got a heavenly chime for that. Okay. Let's go use the pool. It's been a while since I've been in party. I love the way I fly around. Softy. You have a special place in my heart. Oh wait, no, that was the wrong. All these ram sticks are getting in my way. We should gear up a little bit, shouldn't we? So what are you immune to, Softy? You're immune to encasing and cursing. So I want to make you immune to flower. And I want to... I'm just trading gear right now. What does that do? Buffs HP and magic defense, but I lose out on magic attack and speed, which is not super useful to me. I feel like I remember one of these being really good. MP attack, magic attack, and speed at the cost of magic defense and defense, whereas this one... Straight upgrade. Okay, cool. We're gonna do that. I need to find a dupe bug so I can duplicate some of these to gear my whole team out and not have them constantly swapping gear. Yeah, no, I don't want to take that. think I like the gauntlet. I just want to double check. Magic attack and speed at the cost of... See, I don't want to lose the MP, though. That's the problem. I really don't want to lose the MP. I feel like the upper stuff is never going to be useful because that's all the early stuff that I got. And I already did this one, right? I think I did this one. Yeah, I think that's where we're going to leave it. And Curb... I know I literally just downgraded someone who's in my party. What is wrong with me? I don't want to lose magic attack and speed. I need more of this one. This gold basic, really good. I don't mind trading... So what does it go? 9 to 10 and 8 to 7. I don't mind trading up on attack because Curb is a big heavy hitter, but I do use a lot of his spells as well. What about this one? What does that do? Up attack and speed, but down defense and magic defense. Ugh. Don't like. So I lose 1 speed and 1 magic attack for a lot of HP. And just some magic defense. I might leave it at that. We might get better soon. I might leave it at that for now. Think. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. One more time, just for fun. Maybe we'll do this one. We'll do one of these. This goes on way too long. Cool. And what are these? Okay. Didn't mean to hit that button. Love design on those things. All right, let's try this combat disc again. Wow! All right, Destructo Disc is really, really working well. Holy shit. Only 3. Yeah. Oh, what did I just say about not really having a use for Softy? What? Hey guys. Look at that triple head.
We're gonna knock you all senseless! Senseless!
Now, when you say we, do you mean you, and you? Or you, and you?
What?
My head is spinning.
My head is spinning. What was that? Infernal, Crystal, and Crystal, technological, so. I don't have a whole lot I can do to Infernal, so I may as well stick Centauri on it. And you are gonna use a healing item on Softy. And you, oh baby. I swear I did that right. Wait, you're headbutting me with all 3 heads? All right, let's do a heal. No, actually, I want to do this on the Infernal.
If you boys are on your way to the racetrack, I'm trying to petition for the game makers to let us do a race ourselves, like on foot. If we beat you, we get a few signatures.
Oh, sure. I would love to roll you up into a ball and punch you down the asphalt.
Aw, that went south really quick.
Yeah. All right, let's try this one more time. Why is that not working anymore? I swear I'm getting that right. I'm gonna lose Centauri because I gotta use a mana item. Or maybe we'll do. I gotta get one of these guys off the field. I'm kind of messing around too much. Oh, only one. Oh, I can't block. I can't block. I'm doing terribly right now. All right. Oh boy. We are gonna use. We need mana. All right, we're gonna do a lunchbox first. Because it's fine. You are gonna use a big group mana thing. And I wanna get this right. Why did it work before? I wonder if it doesn't work on players. It might not work on players. I'm doing such a bad job of focus firing. All right, you know what? Let's go back to basics. You. What? What is happening? All right, now we're gonna summon Centauri. Cool. And you can, it's, you know, whatever. Why only two? Thank you. I don't know why the robot is still there. Why only two? Alright, can I get 3?
Dang, man! We're falling apart at the seams!
I did so poorly in that. Oh no. Alright. We gotta brush up on our tome combat. Oh, thank goodness. Alright, since it's right here, let's fight this thing. So I wanna see, it might just not do that critical against other players, which I guess makes sense. Excuse me. Alright, please work, please work, please work. Yeah, alright, cool. So I'm just kind of like the annihilator of non-player NPC PvE content. Hey, buddy.
Greetings, traveler. Interested? Ah, you wish to purchase this?
I don't think I need any of your stuff. Thank you very much. Yeah, we've got plenty of stuff. I'm fine.
I'll be seeing you again.
What is this? Oh, cool. Why is this door so small? What is golden fruit? Fully recovers the health of one party member. Wow. Yeah, I wonder if it chunks PvE bosses. Hey guys, okay. Okay, here we go. Wow, look at that muscle eagle.
Ah, I recognize you chaps. Entrants into the campaign, aren't you?
We are actually.
Yeah, that's nice. We got Bincho bucks to scrounge up so we can have a shot at the next one.
Really? Well, time to clean shop.
All right, let's take a look. Crystal, technological, technical, natural, requires infernal, natural requires infernal, and crystal requires technical. That kills me. I actually had something I wanted to do with that. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Let's use energy cannon. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right, no immunities. Cool. Don't want you doing that again. Damn it!
There's people out there that need help. We're gonna win the campaign of champions and get that prize money.
That's very noble of you, but sad to say.
We're the ones who are gonna take the win. But don't worry, we got people who need helping too.
Wow, I just got a little competitive there, didn't I? Let's heal Curb. Forgot what that was. All right, that's cool. Am I losing my turn? No, I'm not. Okay, cool. I think I'm the most nervous about you. We have no mana. Let's use a mana item. I have no idea what this chain does. Why do you hurt so much? No, we're gonna use the heal. Your crystal. Okay, cool. Don't kill me. Nope. Sorry. I cannot allow you to exist. That was not what I pressed. I feel like I'm being inaccurate with my thing. I like you the least. Shoot. No, we're gonna get mana. Oh man, I wish I could do combos better. Let's heal Curb. You're like an earthbender. Ooh, no, no. I'm just playing at a mana deficit, which is killing me right now. And actually easier to heal one person. That's no problem. What is this bird and what have you done with Roach-chan? I have a bird now. It's very frustrating to summon. I don't know why that animation isn't playing out. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Why? You're gonna stay dead. I'm sorry, buddy. There we go. And now if I cast again, it costs more mana, but it lets me do a big AoE, but I don't know if that's worth it for 2 targets. What I do want to do is crystal damage against this guy, though. Oh no, you needed Infernal. Oh, good grief. Oh, you're so close. I think she does more damage and is more versatile.
This is just one loss. We'll do better next time.
But you know what else? I think the roach sticks around an extra turn. The versatility is probably more useful, but it does require a lot of extra mana, which is kind of a bummer. And I'm playing at a mana deficit right now. I don't have anything infernal. That attack hits so hard. And you can't time that for any extra damage. There we go. Good grief. Oh, I need better gear. Maybe I should have done the team attack for the two of them so I would have something. All right, we need to heal. That was like right here, right? Yeah, it was. Oh man. Teleria City is not messing around. Teleria City, right? Not messing around. Hey guys.
I want to go see the races today. The vehicles are so big and powerful. I wonder if they've got sentience like us. I hope they don't mind the visitors riding them around so much.
I heard there was a mysterious racer that comes to visit the track once in a while. He rides this super cool motorcycle. He must be the fastest guy in all the city on that thing.
Is that right? I don't think we've got any good new gear. Oh, thanks for stopping by, Iconic. I'll see you later. Tiger stripes. Oh. Lose magic attack, gain attack, HP, and mana. How does that work on you? How does that work on you? No. That feels worth it. The HP and the mana alone makes it feel worth it, but I might put it on my main character. Because my main character is the one that I'm kind of intentionally making into a tank. So that character makes more sense with more HP. Like, makes more sense losing a little bit of mana, or a little bit of attack. Yeah, I think I might do that. Also, why am I... Is there a reason I didn't switch over to this? Oh, because it's just worse. Okay, cool. Good to know. That's good to know. Okay, what's that? Lemon Needle Plus. Greater attack, magic attack, and speed. The cost of defense and magic defense. What about you? So it goes from so you lose 2 magic defense, and you gain 2 attack and speed. See, I don't like Lemon Needle in the first place, so I feel like I don't know if I want that. So I lose 1 defense and 1 magic defense, but I gain 2 of each. That is a really great stat trait. It just makes him so squishy. I don't know if I want any of them to be that squishy. Also, why? Oh, because this already, that's why. I'm losing 2 because this was giving me a benefit. Man, I don't know. I feel like this is a bad idea. We might try it though. I don't mind gaining the speed on Softy though, because Softy's in charge of CC. And we'll go down to 3 and 5 as opposed to 2 and 1. Let's do that. Let's do that. And then Curb, who has a Resurrect I haven't been able to use because he keeps dying first. Yeah. I feel better about that. Can I give you something better than the... Lose a little attack, gain a little magic attack. Completely bad. I think we're good. I don't think the hand, just to double check, I don't think the hand is better, is it? What does that do? Oh my goodness, no. Yeah, okay, we're good. Wow, there's a lot of them. Refined wood spear. Don't make me go back. Don't give me an item right as soon as I've left the... Get out of my way! Excuse me. What? Okay. Oh, was that not technical? I guess that one was technical. Okay, can we just buy? Yeah, that's a great attack. That's an awesome attack. Yeah. That's what that is. I don't want to test the shield. I can't tell what that's on. Let's take a gamble. What would happen if I bounced that back? Oh no. Yeah, it doesn't work on players. What is this game balance? Horrible. Horrible and gross. Bad joke. Oh, wow. I gain HP. I lose how much magic defense, though? 1. And I lose some speed, but I gain 2 attack, which doesn't matter a whole lot as a brawler. Magic attack, a lot of HP, and a bunch of MP. Wow. I don't want to lose that defense, so I might put it on her. Yeah. This is great. Too many. Damn it. I might retreat, honestly. Oh, hell no. I want to heal. That's the problem. Let's hit that thing fast. Oh, you've got a lot of health. Actually... Bye. That's amazing. Still hits hard. Should have been more than 2. I hate messing that up. And I can't block that for some reason. Did I download the patch that just came out for this? I did not check, and I should have checked before the stream. Let's see. I did. Did I? I think I did. Okay. What's up?
The ferry system that President Exec built is just so convenient. allows for folks like me to keep away from the hustle and bustle of downtown Goldhattan. The seaside is much more my style, and there's absolutely no fear of falling in and being electrocuted.
Sweet. Oh, what is going on here? Monster Bomb. What's this? Oh wow, there's just a lot of stuff back here. 150 netty. And another one! And a cube. Nice. How are we doing on that front anyway? Cool. I think I have all of them. We're gonna have to double check that list at some point. I don't have the one, no! I don't have the one from the vendor, but I think I have every other one so far. Don't do this. Don't do this. No, I don't want to. Bye. Leave me alone. I want that to, no! Oh man, they're making it hard to avoid things now. It used to be easier. There's a lot. What is that? Wait, what? Oh, it turns off the ability to use items. Okay. Can't be flowered. Okay, let's do some damage. Hey, buddy. Oh, I love this attack so much. This is great. This is just joyful. Get the hell out of my way! Why are you ganging up on my curb? I have no mana, but at least the fight's over. Also, I'm only getting netty. I'm not getting Binchabucks from killing any of these. Nope, nope, nope. No! No! Why? This city is horrible! Oh, I take back everything I said about you, Telluria City. Oh my god. Why is this suddenly so hard? Why did this game get so hard, everybody? This game just got so stupidly hard. Alright, we need mana. Oh, great. Yeah, great. Okay, we're gonna... Shit! 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 And I get nothing if I mess it up. Good. That's good. That's great. Okay. We need to get you off the board. Thank you. Please don't, please don't, please don't. Oh my god, that hurts so hard. And I'm not getting any combos. What am I doing wrong with the combos? There we go. The music is not playing fully for some reason. I think the next time I save, I'm gonna reload the game real quick. I feel like the music's playing not completely. Like I'm only getting like 2 channels or something. Please don't. Please don't. 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 I'd prefer not to, sir. Okay. Oh my goodness.
So, how'd you guys meet?
We didn't. Well, I mean...
A couple weeks ago during the first regional event, me and Nylok ran into her by chance.
I remember. That was an interesting day. Those troublemaker kids really gave us a run.
Oh, Lord. So you met them before that day we all made up? That's too many times. Sorry you had to suffer that.
It's all right.
Huh. Was that with Nylok, Hattie? I don't even remember you guys mentioning that.
Didn't care to remember, I guess.
Considering it's those bozos, can't blame you.
What about you guys? I know Stephanie and Nylok have known each other for a long time before they formed the guild, but...
Oh, yeah. We met at one of the battle arenas and had a pretty evenly matched one-on-one, where I remember being particularly hilarious and probably made a memorable enough impression on our esteemed guildmaster. Once in a while, I'd play against her and some of her friends from the last guild she was part of, and she and I kept in touch. Then, when she decided to start her own for the campaign, she hit me up and I came on board. Then, around the same time, I picked up a copy of Tome for Alpha.
Sorry, I want some popcorn. Leave me alone.
Turns out, Alpha and I actually both logged in for the first time on the same day.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fate intertwined.
You joke, but maybe you're not wrong. I mean, this really has felt like a fate thing to me, but maybe it's because I've been going through so much weirdness lately. Just having people to talk to every day that I can depend on has been a serious relief. I was entering by myself on kind of a whim at first, but it's thanks to the Campaign of Champions that I met you guys.
That's good. Honestly, with life as crazy as it is for everybody right now, I'm glad the game's been a nice distraction at least. And like I said, happy to have an extra hand. Especially for this event. I can't imagine how much of a pain this would be if it were still just me, Steph, and Nye.
We should get back to it then. Are we close to the racetrack place?
Only one way to find out. To just keep on moving ahead.
No.
I get it.
No.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Go away, Kerb. Oh my god, look at all these monsters. I don't want to fight any of you. Ah, oh, great. Ah! Everyone's out to get me. Yeah, that was a very cute bonding scene.
Let's go! Let's go! I'm burning up over here with flames of passion!
Settle down. I'll put you all out quick enough.
All right, natural and natural requires infernal, infernal, crystal, natural. Let's use a lunchbox. Oh man, yeah, everything's starting to hit really hard. Infernal. All right, so you're a brawler. I don't really have... I'm worried that she can heal, just because of the way games are. So let's reprogram, or them, I can't... Let's reprogram them. Don't want to take any chances. And which one needs? We're gonna do a little hack and do input lag on the brawler. I'm starting to be a bad guy. Why? Why do you hit so hard? Who needs natural? Psychotic needs natural. Okay, that's not bad. That is not bad. Okay. Can I just... No, don't have enough mana for that. All right, we're gonna use Mana Spark, cause sure. A gray hat run. I like that. Okay, let's summon Centauri. I want to focus fire. I think I need to focus fire that one. That character hits really hard. Please don't mess up. Seriously? Good grief. And I'm neutral, so he's just hitting that hard. Shit. We're gonna do it again. I really didn't want you to turn back. I need mana. Yeah. Okay, let's get my relax on. I love how angry Centauri is. Oh. Jesus. I don't know if any of them can heal. I really hope they can't. So far, the most dangerous one, by a long shot, has been the Brawler. Has it been a while since Gamesoft's gotten a turn? Thank you. Never mind. Yeah, we need to... That guy completely needs to get effed. I don't have them. I have to choose. We're gonna do a heal. All right, so you're gonna use, I'm gonna go in through a lot of mana. Holy crap. What is that? Oh, wow. Fully recovers the health of the entire party. Let's do a mana spark. And cause who cares? Let's do the full party defense. All right, Centauri, do your thing. Let's just focus fire this guy. Oh, I don't. Please don't. Oh my gosh. We're gonna tornado fan because I need to get the damage in. I need to get someone down. Please die, please die, please die, please die. Yes! Okay. All right.
I got a lot to learn.
Get out of here. We're gonna get this one next. Why one? Why one? Oh no. All right, you're using lunchbox, I guess. Don't. No, I needed your turn, Softy. Shoot, 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 shoot. I'm getting a lot of Nettie though, so I'm not particularly worried about it. Like, you're meant to use the items. You know what? Oh, thank goodness. What are you again? Good grief. I guess we're just gonna do some swinging.
You're all quite strong, but my one wish is to get even stronger than I am now.
Well, you're doing great so far, but it's not over yet.
Ah, you're so encouraging, Softy. Centauri just keeps looking around like... I needed that second one. Yes. Don't do this to me. What do you need? You're just natural again. Okay. And you're infernal, which requires crystal. And I don't have crystal. That's fine. That's fine. We'll use you. We just gotta focus on you now. There we go. That's what I needed. Chest. Go away. He's still at like full health. And this is what I call just being mean now. Little graphical glitch there. I'm gonna use you to top off. Sort of. Or I'll get one hit, that's fine. This is my favorite ability, that heal.
Boy, you got me butt good.
That was rough. That fight was rough. All the player fights are rough, suddenly, out of nowhere. They ain't messing around. Hey, friend. Oh, no.
Hey, buddy. I'm heading back to the start of the sector. Need a lift?
Oh, that's fun.
Heck no.
Forget about it.
Get away. Go away. I knew that was gonna happen.
Pardon us, but we got a race to catch.
Is that right? We just had our first racing battle on the track, so we're taking a quick break.
If you come across a slick-looking ride called the Argentum Apparition, that was designed by my buddy here, and named by yours truly.
Ooh, are we gonna get to create our own car?
They're both neutral and they're wild looking. I particularly love this design. The floating with the swirling mist. They're both really cool though. Let's just work on mana. I'm worried about this guy the most. Cool. What's interesting is this says up to 3 turns, but I swear it does 4. I swear it does 4. I know, it's mean. No. Oh no. What's wild is how hard that hits my character, and I have built entirely around defense. That's unreal. Gotta. I really want that turn for Gamesoft. Why do they keep CCing Gamesoft? Wow! Seriously? That's how we're doing this? I should have rezzed Curb. Because then Curb could have rezzed me. Oh well. That's fine. We ride once again, Friendly Roach. How do you hit so hard? Okay, alright, you know what? Fine. Have some freaking input lag. Ha! See what happened to your 7-hit combo, you jackass? What else do you have? All your stats are high. Just all of your stats are high. Great. Y'all hurt. I guess I'll heal. I don't feel good about it.
Welcome to the Silva Isle Racetrack. Here you can watch, bet, and compete in Telluria City's exciting new racing battles.
Hey friends, that's
And here we are.
So Stephanie said this racing game can earn us a lot of the money we'll need, but are there any specifics on what we need to do?
This minigame is relatively new, and it was introduced specifically for the campaign. A few other levels have them scattered around. Addie and I had to deal with one on a mission we did with Nylok a little while ago. Now, supposedly, if we do really well in a match, we'll get challenged by a particular NPC to a special race. If we can beat the NPC in question, we'll earn ourselves a pretty nice chunk of Bincho bucks.
Okay, let's give it a shot.
all right. First things first, what's over here?
You cramming for your driver's ed exam at the last second? You're always so careless. Fine, I guess you can read over my study guide.
Oh. Any of three positions, behind, neck and neck, and ahead. Each of the three positions has its own set of quick time events. Hold down the magic button and make sure to keep your ignition meter within the gauge of the green zone. Okay. This one I remember messed me up. Whenever it had me do this, I had no idea what to do with that. Hold down the displayed button or key. Press up on the control stick or the up arrow key when the ring reaches the center to jump over it. I think for some reason that's the one I keep messing up. Hey, Matt, how's it going? Welcome, how are you? Thanks for joining me. I know. It's always been that long. Life is busy and hectic. And now that I'm writing every week, I have no time to do anything with my life. In fact, I should be writing right now. I'm probably gonna be up all night writing after this stream. How are you doing though? How you been? We haven't talked in a while. Oh, nice. Oh, that's good. Your second mic? Is that like your computer mic versus a booth mic or something? Rotate the control stick, I can do. Hey, Bunny Bear. Sweet Bear. I have a sweet pea, who I don't think is in shot right now, who just hopped up on the computer next to me. Hey, you. you want to say hi? Do you want to say hi? There. Nope, she's already lying down. I'm sorry. I need to get like a bunny cam for if she's over here. You have a Yeti and then and have a through XLR. My Yeti now crashes on Audacity. Oh, yuck. That's disgusting. Is it a Yeti Pro that goes through the XLR? My through wasn't getting picked up by Audacity or Reaper. Oh, that's so strange. Oh, glad you got it figured out, though. Yeah, I run into weird hiccups sometimes. Audacity bothers me. I hate that program. Oh, it is? Okay. I remember being in the lead was fine. Hitting those buttons, totally fine. Cool. So spamming a button or rotating, spamming a button, tapping a button when it hits the right area. It's funny how that's kind of shifted over. And I don't know what the hell this one is. It says up. I don't believe it. I've gotten very used to Pro Tools. I was using Twisted Wave for a long time, but I've genuinely become very happy with Pro Tools. Although, on my computer back there, and I don't know what the issue is, I've not been able to solve it with anybody. I can't export from Pro Tools as MP3s, or there's distortion. So I export as WAV, and then I can open up the WAV in Twisted Wave or Audacity or any other program and convert it to MP3 and it sounds fine. But for some reason, it works at this computer, but in there, exporting to MP3 just leaves me with a weird, garbly mess. Very strange.
You better pass! I don't have a car, but it sure would be nice if somebody could give me a lift once in a while, instead of having to fly everywhere.
Oh, that was it? No baka?
Welcome to the Silver Isle Vehicle Shop and Registration Booth. If you're interested in competing in our ongoing racing battles, here you can purchase, build, and register your vehicle.
Yes, we're interested.
The registration fee is 100 Bincho bucks.
Oof. Is it okay for us to spend that much?
Oof. We don't even have Bincho bucks.
Steph said it was alright. Gotta spin BB to make BB.
Or we had Bincho bucks. What?
Excellent. Please enter to access the Vehicle Construction Shop.
I say oof a lot. I appreciate that I also say oof in a video game now.
Oh my god, yes! Maybe it's just because it's not frickin' minecarts anymore, but I am so down for this minigame now. Alright, I say we go for something big and bulky that we can ram the other racers right off the track with.
Ooh, can I have dibs on the color? Purple!
Oh yeah, color o' royalty. Give me some giant wheels, yeah, there we go.
Plenty of room for us all to sit.
Gotta have some weapons on there too. Post-apocalyptic road-raging wasteland style. Bam!
What? Guys! It's so beautiful.
Sweet. Oh, look at her. She's gorgeous.
I just had no say in the creation of our vehicle. Curb and Gamesoft just completely steamrolled the creation of our car. Yeah.
Hey, don't I get a say in this?
Ah, crap. Sorry, Hattie. Got a little too excited. Oh, how about you give us a name? Make it a real good one.
The Initial Dandy.
I understood that reference.
I love serious Curb. Ah.
That settles it then. Man, brings a tear to my eye.
Oh, that cutscene was amazing. That cutscene made me very happy.
You really love cars, huh?
Look, my dad works at a dealership. I grew up surrounded by them. I can communicate with them.
You're like Curb, the car whisperer.
Who doesn't actually own a car?
Oh my god, what? That's the worst. I literally couldn't live without mine. Never mind.
Never mind? Couldn't live without my car. What does that mean? Any guesses on that? I don't actually know what that means. Never mind. I can make love to them. Nah. No. Yeah, I don't know why she's cutting herself off there. I'm like thinking of life ramifications. Like what would be personal about needing the car to live?
But it's okay. We have our sweet child now. We'll take care of her together. All of us. All three parents.
Maybe she thought being into cars was a guy thing. Maybe. Oh, that's an interesting thought. All three parents.
Parents. I don't know. Is she responsible enough to own a car?
Softy. Don't make me sad.
Not unless she gets a job and works her tailpipe off. Now let's get her registered and out on that track.
Would you like to register this vehicle for the Silver Isle Racing Battles?
Yeah, buddy. I'll grant you guys access to it too, in case you want to come back another day.
Excellent. Thank you for your contribution. Before entering your first race, please make sure to successfully finish your driving test.
Oh, good. First you guys give me horrible minecart level flashbacks, now you curse me with driver's ed flashbacks. Why?
It's real considerate of them to think of your safety, though, even if it's just imaginary. Plus, if you guys have done this before, it's better if I learn the basics so I don't go in blind.
Yeah, good point. Let's get it over with.
All right, let's take some driver safety lessons. Anything back here? Nope, can't even go back there.
Welcome to the Racing Battle Driver's Education course. Do you have a registered vehicle for Silver Isles Racetrack?
Bye, Bun. I keep forgetting that it's a reverse camera thing. That's why I never know which way to point. Which is weird, because she's right there in real life, so I should have just pointed to her, but my brain just completely effed itself trying to think about the camera.
Yep. Teach us your ways, oh master.
Our education course will require you to perform a mock racing battle against our automated automobile. Use this time to practice each of the necessary driving maneuvers to exemplify that you can be trusted to follow the rules of the road. Good
luck.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh.
Blast! Turn! Gear shift! Duck!
I want to try the one that's in the back.
Gear shift! Clash! Gear shift!
I really want to try the one in the back.
Clash!
There we go.
Jump!
I don't know if I did that right or not. I don't know if I did that right or not. I don't see anything changing when I do a jump.
Congratulations! You have passed the driver's education course. Your registered vehicle is now allowed for usage in competition on Silver Isles Racetrack. Good luck and drive
Why did I
fast
pass
safely.
the course by losing the race?
Yeah. Thanks for the tip. All right, let's go.
I want to take it again.
You are an officially...
I want to take it again.
You are an officially...
Ah, you losers. What is this? What are you guys doing here? Hey, it's Okra. What's up, Okra? Okay, you're not talking to me, Okra. Okay. No one wants to talk to me.
Greetings. Are you interested in competing in the Silver Isle racing battles? If you have registered, you may race against others in a match between two competing vehicles.
We've been through hell and back to get here for the last time. Yes, we are interested.
He's an NPC. He can't hear you screaming. He's also a robot, so also he probably can't feel your anger either.
Well, it makes me feel better, okay?
Excellent. Does your team consist of 3 racers?
Yes.
So much more polite.
The entrance fee is 100 Bincho bucks. Please enter the waiting area for the next available match.
I have no concept of how many Bincho bucks we already have.
Finally!
Oh my goodness. Curb.
Okay. That only took a year. How you guys feeling?
Better than you, I think, dude.
I'm okay. It's funny. After I got over the nervousness of the regional event yesterday, I feel like I've already kind of gotten used to the, well, general level of stress that comes with this.
I hear ya. After a while, you get used to it. It's okay to be a little afraid, but we can't accomplish nothing if we don't keep a level head. Or at least pretend to have one. Compared to the stress of the regional events, though, this is nothing.
Curb? Oh, really?
What are you guys talking about? We're gonna win.
Yeah, Addie's right. I bet that NPC with the big bucks will show up just as quick as we win the races against these other chumps.
Oh, hey!
Hey, Dust Bunny. Hey, Raven Freak. So, 2 hackers in 1 car. Great.
Long time no see, old friend.
Also, hi, Danny Chambers.
Oh, can we not do this?
Yeah, I'm gonna echo that sentiment. The formalities are fruitless here.
Oh, great. It's the buzzard who swindled Alpha. Don't tell me we're stuck playing with you.
Glad to know I'm in the presence of the drama king and queen and their court jester.
I'm the court jester? Does that mean you think I'm funny?
Well, you could certainly take a joke.
We don't have to deal with them if you guys don't want to. Do you want to exit out and look for another match?
No, I think this is a sign. You 2 cast members down to give us a good show?
Oh, you must have been holding on to that one for days.
As a matter of fact, I came up with it just now.
Well, I say we take them up on their offer. Any excuse to run these chumps off the road and earn Bincho bucks.
Hey, chump is my word, bird.
Bird?
So, should we have a nice, friendly race then, guys?
And are you gonna hack the whole time?
Why not? Anything to get you all to collectively shut up.
I like that Dust Bunny hacks, but Dust Bunny, takes it personally. Actually, both of them, out of all the hackers, for some reason, these 2 are hacking the game, manipulating the game to take advantage of it and beat other people. But those 2 take losing the worst. Take losing and take, people being angry at them for cheating the worst. Out of all of the hackers I think we've run into.
Perfect. Happy to make you into some roadkill. Let's get out there.
You know, it's almost like they have, both of them in their own way, have a kind of self-righteous energy about I'm hacking the game, but if you call me a jerk for it, I'm offended. Which is fascinating about these 2. I've noticed more than once that Raven Freak especially, despite being a complete asshole, gets really, really tilted when people call him out and try to put him in his place, right? Have you noticed that? I feel like that's what I've noticed. Nice car.
Gas, gas, gas! You gotta step on the gas tonight!
Curb.
1, go!
I always mess that one up.
Jump! Boost!
Oh, I have to hold it. Shit.
Boost!
That I can do.
Turn!
As long as I can get out of last place, I'm fine, I think.
Duck!
I think I ducked.
Clash!
Shit. Oh no.
Jump!
Ah!
Clash!
Ah! Oh my gosh, that was really close. That was really close. I messed up and hey, we still won.
Yeah! How'd you like the taste of my dust?
I'm choking on it. Oh no, you're all making me sick. Time for us to go. We've got better things to do.
He's so tilted all the time.
Oh, did you guys leave a bun in the oven?
Bad Gamesoft. Shame on you.
Bye.
Ah, sorry, Dust Bunny. I'm sorry.
Whoa! Okay, yeah, I definitely liked that better than the minecart thing.
Agreed. Riding in style is way cooler than in some old beaten-up cart.
Yeah.
Yeah, our little beauty is the pride of the track. Now, let's see here. Keep an eye out for anyone mysterious and potentially rich looking.
Fancy yourself some pretty good races, do you? I saw you out there. You're all right. Why don't you take me on? Head to head. No other races to get in our way. I want to see what you guys are really made of.
That voice. Is this like a Destiny character? I love this character. UTE. Anyone know anything about UTE? I'm not familiar with that character. Is this a new character or is this something that I'm forgetting from the other series? Love the voice. Ooh.
Well, that's our ticket. Let's go show them what for.
All right. I feel like this is gonna be harder.
Start your engines! Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh man,
Gear shift.
He does look like a Destiny character.
Gear shift. Trap. Duck.
I did duck.
Turn.
For some reason, those ones don't work. I don't know why.
Gear shift. Gear shift. Gear shift. Gear shift. Trap. Gear shift. Gear shift.
Please keep giving me gear shift.
Duck. Clash.
I literally pressed both of my joysticks down. It does not register it.
The winner!
I don't know what I'm doing, but when it wants me to do either the duck, which is the thumbstick down, or the jump, thumbstick up, it does not work. I do not know why. Didn't work in the last one either. There's gotta be something I'm missing.
Seems like you got a pretty good handle on this. You aiming for the campaign of champions? Well, you best get even better on the track. You never know what skills may be required in the future. Watch your back out there.
Love that voice. Holy shit! 300,000 and an orb of unity. Wow, nice.
Wow, we really did it!
Well, I'd say we were ahead of the curve on this one, but it looks like the...
Please, please don't.
Curb was ahead of him!
No. No, Curb. Boo. Boo.
Anyways, I guess we're done with that.
Well, I had a lot of fun today.
Me too, Softy. Yeah, I want to try this again. I want to get better at it.
I want to try this racing battle thing again sometime.
Yeah, me too.
Can I be honest with you?
What did I do?
Since I've started playing Tome, I've had a lot of people approach me, acting like they want to help me or be my friend or other stuff. 9 times out of 10, they turn out to be lying, or they change their minds, and they're not very nice about it. Stephanie's been a real lifesaver. She was the first person who I knew right away was actually trying to help and actually wanted to be my friend. But also, the fact that you invited me out on a mission, personally, shows that all of you guys cared enough to put the time in to get to know me, even just a little. So to answer your question, what you did was something really nice.
Hey, well, it's no big deal. You're a part of the team now, and it's the least we could do.
So, we got our prize, and I think I've had my fill of cars for today. How about you?
Hell no! I want to come back and do this again. It'll be like Silver Runners 2, The Revenge. This summer, Kerbifer returns from the open road, and this time, he's ready to kick asphalt.
Rated PG-13 for please go home if you're under 13.
Nice.
PG-13? Yeah. I'll release the uncut version later when the public outcries for it.
Sure.
Release the curb cut!
All right, I'm a head off for the night. As my dad would say, I gotta go take care of the 3 S's.
I can think of 2 S's. Yeah, that was one of them. I thought of that one. I thought of one other, but I can't think of a third. You and I are probably thinking of the same one. We might, actually. I'm not sure.
What are the 3 S's?
I mean, kind of alone time, but now I feel like we're thinking of different ones. I'm thinking of one that happens in the bathroom. Are you thinking of one that happens in the bed? I guess you could... All right, Curb, what are the 3 S's?
Shower, shave, and sleep. Yeah, that.
Okay, cool. That works. And sleep. Gross. Low voice, Softy, gross.
Sorry, not sorry. Good night!
Bye.
Bye, Curb. I think he's feeling a lot better now. Thanks for that.
How are you holding up?
I'm alright, thanks. I hope he's doing okay too. I guess we're all a little nervous in our own ways. It's only been a few weeks since I left, but it feels like it's been forever. Maybe just because I've been cherishing the days I've spent with the gang pretty closely so far. I appreciate both of you guys inviting me out today.
Oh, jeez.
Have you talked to your little brother yet?
No, not yet. I want to, but I've still been a little too scared to say anything.
One day at a time, but definitely make sure you follow through.
Thanks. I will. I'm gonna head off too. Have a good night.
Check back later at some time, Rose. There was a really nice exchange before you got back between Curb and Softy. We got a save, and that's a chapter. And I know it was only about 2 hours and 47 minutes, but I'm gonna call it there because, like I said, I've got a lot of work I still need to take care of, and I've got a lot going on this weekend. So we got done with one chapter from Teleria City. I like the city. I think it's cool. It's a lot harder. And I don't know what I could be doing differently other than it's possible this is just one of those games where you go through consumables constantly, or it's possible I might need to be using team attacks more often. And I guess it's possible that the group buffs have never really done anything for me, but it's possible that the group buffs are really important. And so I'm gonna find out that I need to be like doing the group shout and doing the debuffs and doing all of that stuff in order to be competitive. But I know, kind of a short day, but I was very close to canceling it just because I'm still adjusting to this new script I'm working on. I've gotten a lot of notes from the clients, and so there've been a number of rewrites as we sort of figure out what we want the tone of this show to feel like in English. And so that means that the last week, I'm in my second episode, and the first episode was, the whole thing is TBA. The first episode was a lot of work, and this episode has also been a lot of work and rewrites and adjusting and tweaking and stuff, so it's very close to not doing it, but I didn't want to go a second week without streaming, because I don't want to lose that momentum. So we will try to do this again next Friday, and hopefully I will be ahead of schedule by next Friday. You can always find me here, obviously. And we will come back in a week, sometime between 8:30 and 9:30 Central Time to play some more Train Up Magical Expertise. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I will see you later. Have a good night. Hey, and thanks everyone who stopped by. Rose and Zethans, as always. Thanks, Matt, for stopping by and chatting with me. I would love to have you more often. You're always welcome to check out the stream. Like hanging out with you. And yeah, be good to each other.